Right, so going back to the heels, I think that this is what's called a false heel. If you can see that the heel is actually coming round and it's actually going over on itself. So instead of having the ends of the tubules sticking down straight onto the ground, which is how it needs to be, these heels are coming down and then they're folding in on themselves. So I really want to have a look at this folding over, and I always thought that you weren't supposed to have this folding, and let me just show you what I mean when I talk about folding and talk about the alignment of the tubules. I'm going to use these straws as an example of showing you what tubules would look like. So they'd be coming down like this from the coronary area of the foot, of the top, that top here, which is the coronary groove. So those tubules are coming down, and I thought that they should just be rasped off at an angle like that. Instead of going down straight, they're actually doing this. Now that's my question. Is that what we want in our heels at the back, or did we want them like this? I'm going to have to go and do some reading because I'm not 100% sure, but I know that I've seen heels that a trimmer called David Landerville, I think that's his name, he sort of like rockers the back of these heels. He puts the rasp and he rockers it back. And I've also heard Pete Ramey talk about rockering heels. So is that rockering heels? I'm not quite sure about that, but I'll be keen to know what you say about it. I've rasped this foot. Now this isn't a trim. All I've done is rasp it back because I wanted to see what was going on in the foot and get a better idea of what was happening with the white line, with the wall, with these heels at the back where it was all curling over. Let's have a look at the heels first of all. You know, I mentioned to you earlier that these heels, the tubules were coming down and they were folding over onto themselves. Well, when I rasped it back, this is what I got. So zooming in for you, these are the tubules, and I still think they're like curling over. I mean, it's really hard to see, but they're not like little dots. I mean, there's a few dots in there, but they're still curling over. So does that mean that these tubules will continue to curl over, even though I would have rasped this down a little bit to try and stop that orientation? That's the first question I'd love you to have a think about.